Good evening and welcome to the first of 3 meetings tonight. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Sanitation meeting for Monday, November the 6th, 2023. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my far right.
Dave Harrison.
James Kaufman, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You've been presented a printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, October the 16th, 2023. The floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have 5 pages of wastewater claims in the amount of $424,792.85. The floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none. Thank
I
you.
have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the wastewater claims dated November the 6th, 2023 in the amount of $424,792.85.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have no unfinished business or new business. Comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
No comments. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
The meeting is adjourned at 6:02 p.m. We will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting as soon as we reset. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the second of 3 meetings tonight. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Monday, November the 6th, 2023. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my far right.
Dave Harrison.
James Kaufman, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented a printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, October 16th, 2023. The floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make said
I
motion.
second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have 22 pages of corporate claims in the amount of $2,012,996.96. The floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
Page 20. Insurance, Miss Scrap.
Page 20.
Yeah, 44,800.
Miscellaneous repairs and maintenance.
Yeah.
So that is for when we have any vehicles that are totaled. Our insurance pays us to, for the totaled vehicle. So that accumulates, and then we had to replace one of the vehicles for the police department. So that's what that is.
Okay. That's all I got.
Any other questions?
None?
No other questions or comments? I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporate claims dated November 6, 2023, in the amount of $2,012,996.96.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. We have no unfinished business to carry over from the previous meeting. Tonight, we have several items of business, and the first item of business is the open of bids for the 2023 Sanitary Sewer Program Phase 2. And before we do that, Brent, can you talk a little bit about what this project entails to the viewing public?
Sure. So this will be the third rehab project the city has embarked on this year. In terms of sewer rehab, it consists of about 1,800 lineal feet of sanitary sewer lining with cured-in-place pipe. And these are sewers that are located between 12th and 13th north of Cleveland, running to the south down to Albany, and also then along 13th to Main Street. There's also 4 sanitary point repairs on this one. I think I mentioned at the last meeting, there's a segment that has 3 areas where the sewer is partially collapsed. It's just downstream of the middle school, which is connected to that segment, plus another 200 homes. And then there's a point repair there at 13th Avenue in Maine, which we're not sure what all it's going to take to actually do the point repair there, how much is going to have to be replaced. In addition to that, 100 sanitary manholes will be rehabilitated using manhole lining to reinforce restabilize the structure, add to its structural integrity, and replacing frames and covers to get the leaks out, adding bench walls to facilitate maintenance. So the scope in terms of the type of work is basically exactly what was done with the first rehab, the first manhole and sewer rehab project that was completed this year. So that's what the project entails.
Thank you. At this time, I'll ask our board member, Sandy Seward, to open the bids and read them aloud. Sandy?
The first bid is from Coley Contracting. And their amount is $655,627.82. Again, that was Coley Contracting. The second one is from National Power Rodding. And their bid is for $2,503,190. The third bid is from Structured Solutions, LLC. And their bid is for $734,654.75. Structured Solutions. And the fourth one bid is from Temple Excavating and Paving. And their bid amount is $663,029. And these are the 4 bids.
I want to thank everybody who submitted a bid, who's here and watching this via internet. We will give those to our consulting engineer, and they will come back at our next meeting on November the 20th at 6 PM with a recommendation to accept. So Brent, you want to approach?
You're welcome.
Our estimate was $746,800 for that.
Next order of business is a certificate of substantial completion on the 25th Street sanitary sewer project. Brent?
Okay, I would like to present for the board's consideration the certificate of substantial completion. Miller Pipeline has substantially completed the project, and just as of this past Friday, Phil confirmed that they've addressed all the punch list items as well. We have it dated for November the 6th. The actual substantial completion, they had until January the 4th, so they did get the project done ahead of schedule. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
I talked to Phil about it this afternoon, and he thinks that that project is going to help us significantly down the road.
Absolutely, yes. The issues that were addressed in the sewer that runs along 25th Avenue, you're dealing with, water infiltration getting in. There were 2 major point repairs that were required because the sewer had already started to collapse. And also they were able to address 3 segments there in the same area we're going to be targeting with this next project. So yes, a lot of benefit. And again, when they line these sewers, they're good for 75 years plus.
Any questions from board members?
I have none.
I'm done.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the certificate of substantial completion concerning the 25th Avenue sanitary sewer project.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Okay, Brent, next up is change order number 1 concerning the 25th Street sanitary sewer project.
So first, I think I speak on behalf of Phil and Brad when I say that we would like to express our appreciation for Miller Pipeline. They were very flexible. Some of these sewers that needed to be lined, we had guesstimated what the pipe sizes were. They were actually different sizes. And so they rolled with us on that. And also we added some sewers to be cleaned and televised and then afterwards lined. And so Miller Pipeline was flexible in terms of adjusting to the change in scope as we went. We haven't issued any change orders up until this point because Miller said they would only be making 1 major pay application. The change order itself, we were tasked with taking the original contract amount and trying to get it up 20%. We ended up at 18.2%. So that was pretty close. But the change order covers the change in the bid quantities, the original contract quantities versus final quantities completed. There was some additional point repair work done. One was a lot more costly because I mentioned previously the sanitary was under a storm sewer and they had to replace the storm sewer, remove the storm to get to the sanitary and then replace the storm. We added some sewer segments and there were some changes in pipe sizes. The amount of the change order is $81,086.90, which takes the original contract amount from $444,151 up to a final contract price of $525,237.90.
Which, in my opinion, is a very good investment.
Yes, as has gone with these projects, the city has benefited from some very competitive pricing. And so to maximize that pricing and apply it to benefiting the infrastructure has been, it's generated some great results.
And this should be the only change order for this project?
This is the only change order. What happens next, they need to get a pay application in. It may include retainage. I'm waiting on a maintenance bond and also test results. They get samples of the liner that they put in, and they run it through some testing to make sure that it meets the spec, that it's strong enough. Once they submit that information, we would release retainage. So there'll just be one pay application coming, or like I said, two. One for everything but retainage, or everything including retainage. It's up to them.
Sure.
But yes, project is officially complete.
Comments or questions from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve change order number 1 concerning the 25th Street sanitary sewer project.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Brent, as always, well done.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunities.
Well
Thanks,
done.
Brent.
Next order of business is retirement payout for the mayor's assistant. At the last board meeting, the board approved the letter of retirement for Julie Lockwood. And I want to come in front of the board again with the final payout of time that she has earned and the payout total. This is the same formula that we have used for every retiree since I've been mayor, and 3 this year. So if we could, I'll have the clerk read the calculation and the total payment into the record. Jim?
This is the total payout for Julie Lockwood. Base salary $52,401.59 per hourly rate based on 2,080 hours a year is $25.19. Times that by 8, her daily rate is $201.52. Ms. Lockwood had 74 sick days, and that is paid out based on the amount of time here with the city at 69%. That equals $10,289.61. 8 vacation days for 2023 times the daily rate equals $1,612.16. And then 29 vacation days for 2024. Based on the daily rate, that equals $5,444.08. Total buyback, $17,745.85. Dennis B. Buckley, Mayor.
Questions or comments from board members?
I just have one comment. So when you do the buybacks, that's all approved by the city council, isn't that correct?
It's all inside the employee handbook. Correct,
okay.
yes. Yeah, it's all based off of specific calculations, regardless of what you are,
Yep.
police, fire, civilian.
Yep, that's what I just wanted to clarify.
Yes.
Change that back
Yeah.
in 2017 when we redid the
Thank you.
handbook.
No questions or comments from board members? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the total buyback for Julie Lockwood in the amount of $17,745.85.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next up, request to surplus items at the senior center.
Board of Works and Safety, we're requesting permission to surplus the following: 3 rolling office chairs, the arm cushions are torn, 5 office waiting chairs, old and stained, a true refrigeration unit, model T-49, serial number 1171232, made in USA, charged Freon R12 21 ounce, listed under NSF number 7. Reason: compressors are going out and they can't find parts to fix it. It's more than 20 years old. Respectfully submitted, Stephanie Bramlett, Director of Seniors.
Questions or comments?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the director's request to surplus equipment.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. The following 4 items are concern the Beech Grove Police Department, so at this time, I will ask the chief to come forward. Chief?
Board. Which one do you want me to start with?
DeMarcus,
Okay.
please.
Dear Chief Maurice, I regret to inform you that I am resigning from my position with the Beech Grove Police Department immediately as a police officer for personal reasons. I know this is unexpected, but I am happy to assist you in the replacement process to help alleviate the transition. I cannot thank you enough for the opportunities that this police department has provided me. Working here the last year and 8 months has been incredibly instrumental in my personal growth, and I will never forget the colleagues and friends I have made here. All equipment issued to me during my employment has been returned. Lastly, it is important to note that I also appreciate the experience and knowledge I gained during my time here. Sincerely, DeMarcus Johnson.
This time, I'll ask for a motion to accept DeMarcus Johnson's letter of resignation.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And Chief, we wish Officer Johnson the very best. I always enjoyed his company, and I wish him nothing but good luck in the future.
I agree.
And the page 2 of this, we'll do it separately if you want to proceed.
Okay. Dear Board, Officer DeMarcus Johnson has 8 vacation days, 18 hours of holiday return time, and 5.5 hours of compensatory time that is owed to him following his resignation. The total amount of pay at $37.63 an hour is $3,292.63. This is in the 2023 budget. Respectfully, Chief.
Questions or comments?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the chief's request to pay DeMarcus Johnson what he has earned.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Next order of business is request to hire with the police department. Chief?
Yes, dear Board of Works, I am requesting to hire Mary Alexander to the position of probationary police officer. Ms. Alexander is ILEA certified. Ms. Alexander's starting base pay will be $74,611. She will tentatively start November the 11th, 2023, when approved. This position is approved in the 2023 budget.
Questions or comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the chief's request to hire Mary Alexander to the position of probationary officer at the Beech Grove Police Department.
I make said motion.
I'm sorry. I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Chief?
Dear Board of Works, I am requesting to hire Travis Lawhead to the position of probationary police officer. Mr. Lawhead is currently a certified police officer in North Dakota, and we are working on his certification in Indiana. Mr. Lawhead's starting base pay will be $73,861. He will tentatively start November 18th, 2023, when approved. This position is in the 2023 budget.
Questions or comments from board members?
I do have a question. This is why I was kind of like zoned out there for a second. So they are both being hired in as probationary police officers, but their salaries are different? Can you
Yes.
explain why?
Yes, it's based off, their base pay will be the same. I'm starting out second year because of their experience, but Mary Alexander has a 4-year degree. Travis Lawhead has an associate's degree.
Understand.
So based off of that, that's why it's different.
Okay, thank you.
No further questions. I'll ask for a motion to approve the chief's request to hire Travis Lawhead to the position of probationary police officer with the Beech Grove Police Department.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Chief, we have one more, and that is our friend Ruth Ann.
Yes. Chief Maurice, due to health issues, I must submit my resignation. The last 5.5 years have been a learning experience, and I have enjoyed working with all of you. My last official day will be November 15th, 2023. Sincerely, Ruth Ann Burr, Assistant IDAX Coordinator, PAO, and Receptionist.
I've known Ruth Ann for a long time, and I wish her the very best. I hope she has good health. Questions or comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to accept the resignation of Ruth Ann Burr.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Also, board, I would entertain a motion to allow the chief to fill the vacant position.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
And then I think I may need to request to replace Officer Johnson's position as well. I'm trying to remember. I think we will be at 37 now, and I think we're budgeted for 38.
So we should make a motion to replace Officer Johnson's position.
Yes, please.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll second.
I second. Or you second.
I'll make motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
Because the two we just hired should have replaced Officer Gambala and Lieutenant Williams, I believe. So, yes. Also, I would like to update you on something that occurred Friday. It's been an investigation that's been going on for a while. We received a complaint about a business in Beech Grove, and so we reached out to our friends with IMPD Vice and Human Trafficking, and on Friday they were able to serve the warrants at 4700 South Emerson, a massage parlor down there, and they were able to make arrests. And so we have shut that business down using our nuisance ordinance, and we've talked with the landlord, and they should be pulling their lease as well, so there will be no more down there. So that was a good partnership with IMPD to use their undercovers to help us with that. So that we'll be pulling that permit as well.
Any comment on the event yesterday?
We actually had two events yesterday, Mayor, so I would assume the one that most people are talking about. We had a domestic incident that led us to a subject that was also wanted for escape, I guess it'd be. So he was wanted by us for domestic battery and then an escape warrant as well. And when the officers arrived, he refused and barricaded himself. So we don't just go hard charging in anymore. We were able to call out the SWAT team, and we were able to negotiate him with our negotiators, and we were able to negotiate a peaceful surrender after a couple hours. So it ended the way that we wanted it to, but yeah, it just happened to be at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Main Street. And so hopefully people got to see the professionalism of our officers and just kind of what they do. But earlier that morning, the reason I said that, they were also dispatched to a domestic, and they were able to get a perimeter set up on where they found the truck a little ways away. We were able to get the drone up, see he wasn't in the truck. He had actually started making his way back to the apartment after he had stolen a firearm from inside the apartment. And he made it back to his truck. As they were approaching, he went away from them, got to his truck, and led them on a pursuit down 465, around to 65 and south on 65, where Franklin, Indiana, and state police were able to stop stick him. He kept going. It got the front right tire. We actually had a semi-driver, a citizen, help slow him down as well. And then Officer Richie King was able to use a pit maneuver to spin him out, and they were able to make apprehension almost to Edinburgh. So our guys were busy yesterday, but that's just a little glance into what they deal with. But yeah, so they had 2 incidents yesterday that were pretty high stress situations, but they handled it well, and we were able to make a couple of arrests without anybody getting seriously hurt. So.
You know, Chief, 3 years ago, we just hired two tonight and afforded the opportunity for another one, officer to be hired. 3 years ago, I don't think we could have, we would struggle to find applicants.
Yeah, and right now, I'll just let you know, Board, because you guys have been a part of this as well, all of you have. We're actually being contacted by the academy to see if we have openings for their officers that they think highly of, that don't have a permanent department, or they're looking for another department. They're actually reaching out to us now and saying, hey, you guys have a room over there? And so we're actually looking at one right now. But we also have a list from our previous process. So we have a waiting list, and we're being contacted by the academy to see if we have openings. So that's a testament to what you guys have done and kind of, you know, what professionalism of our officers.
I give credit to the police chief, the administration, the board, and the city council.
It's been a team for sure.
Yeah. So
been
that's a good omen.
Yeah, it's been great working with you and just being able to make the changes that we need to make and the officers display that constantly on the street. So, thank you again.
All right, thanks, chief.
Yes, thank you.
Next order of business is pay increase at the Department of Public Works. Jim?
Dear Board, it is my recommendation to the Board of Works that Eric Martin be promoted to the position of commercial driver at the Department of Public Works. Mr. Martin obtained his Class B CDL on Thursday, October 26th. If approved, Mr. Martin's new biweekly salary will be $2,332.23. There is money in the Sewage Works budget to fund this promotion. Respectfully, Brad Merriweather, Director of Public Works.
Questions or comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the request from the director to promote Eric Martin to the commercial driver for the Department of Public Works.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Our last order of business is a resignation at the Hornet Park Community Center. At this time, I'll ask our clerk to read the notice into the record, please.
Hello. Laura Burgess has stated that her last day with us will be December 22nd, 2023. I've asked her to get her resignation letter to me before Wednesday. Hopefully she will be able to return by the end of the week, but with the way she's feeling, it won't surprise me if she didn't come back until next week. I would like to make her resignation official at the next Board of Works meeting and also request to hire a replacement full-time facility manager. My hope is that we are able to have a replacement start December 11th so that we can have 2 weeks of training prior to Laura leaving. I've attached the job description I plan to use when seeking a new hire. Please let me know if there's anything I need to add or remove. I want to make sure I am listing the full-time benefits correctly. Thank you, Angel McKenna, Director, Hornet Park Community Center.
Questions or comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
I want to talk a little bit about Laura. Laura is a veteran, and she came to begin working at the community center on a part-time basis. And she's a very good employee and a very good person. She's a single mom and raises her son. She approached me about 4 months ago and said that she was going to leave employment to take a job with her church. So I knew this was coming. So I wish Laura the best. And I would like for the board, I'll ask for a motion to accept her resignation.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And I would ask for another motion to allow the director of the community center to fill Laura's vacant position on or before December 11th.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. That concludes new business this evening. Comments from board members.
I have none. Thank you.
I have none.
At this time, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
The meeting's adjourned at 6:35 PM. We will convene our city council meeting this evening at 7 PM. Thank you.